What is up, Rocket Nation? Hello, YouTube. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Let's play some Assassin's Creed Shadows. So we're actually right outside of Amagasaki at the start of today's episode, the site of where we got revenge on yet another one of the conspirators that had a hand in the murder of Chichiwe. And it was actually the one that Chichiwe, our father, cut the ear off of back in episode number 1. So if you guys ever do want to go back in the playlist and check out any of the episodes you may have missed, there's always a link down in the description. Also timestamps if you want to jump around. I always try to make as many timestamps as possible as well. But all that's down in the description. Today, we got a whole bunch of stuff that I want to be able to get to. But before we do that, I just want to say thank you guys. I appreciate all the love and support. Remember, if you guys like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and also click the little bell notification icon if you guys never want to miss another episode that goes live in our Assassin's Creed Shadows playthrough. So today, is that a new dog? Today, we're going to go pet a dog to start off the episode. I don't believe we have this one yet. And we do not. A new white Akita added to our hideout. How awesome is that?
There.
We got a new pet. Oh, pet that dog. Oh. All right. What a great start to the day. That's absolutely amazing. We're actually going to go and check out the map here in a second. But right at the end of last episode, now he's never going to leave me alone. He wants treats. So at the very end of the last episode, Nawe actually informed us that we should probably go back to the hideout. And she said that we should let Tomoko know what had happened. So after we murder this Ronin for walking in front of us and giving us a dirty look, ruining the shot, we also got improved kunai assassination engraving. Awesome. And we're going to get some money. 853 didgeridoos. That's insane. What a great start to the day. New dog, more monies. So let's go ahead and open up the map here. And we might as well go over this right now because I knew it was going to happen. After you get to this point in the game, it sort of unlocks some of the stuff that happens for the Legacy. And the Legacy quest line is essentially, if you go to your objectives board, you're actually going to see a couple of things are going to pop up now. And one of them is actually going to be the Animus. So this is essentially like a weekly challenges that you can complete in order to earn progress in almost like a battle pass, like a free battle pass kind of thing that they have in the game. And essentially it's going to give you 4 challenges. These are called anomalies. It said stabilize anomalies and gain data fragments to advance your active project. So you can see that they'll always have like this purple line or like the purple header at the top of these. And they're all pretty simple. Gather oak wood 150. Purge corrupted entity. That means kill a specific enemy. Kill Ronin traveling the roads. Well, we're already 1 of 3 on that one. Way to go, everybody. Good job. And also complete the tournament quest to access this anomaly. This is something we're probably not going to get to anytime soon. Spoiler alert. But that is a mission that needs to be done. But essentially, they reset every 7 days. We got 6 days, 12 hours, 47 minutes left on this one. And they all go towards the Animus. So if we actually hold down the back button, it's going to take us to the Animus. And you have projects that you can do. And these are essentially, you almost got to think about them like battle passes. So if we actually go into these, you can see that there are rewards that you can earn along the bottom by getting XP and, or I'm sorry, not by getting XP, but by getting data fragments. And you get the data fragments by actually doing the weekly challenges. So it's best to always do the weekly challenges. You can get weapons like that right there. Look at that. That is a Naginata. Naginatas are one of my favorite weapons in all of the history of the mankind. But there's also keys which you can use to buy some of the things from the store as well, like outfits and stuff like that. Look at, there's a hood. So definitely worth doing. Wasn't something I was going to bring up, but I thought, you know what, since it showed up, we might as well explain what that is. And is there anything else that we should talk about? Oh, he's all mad. You know what? The dude's dead. So are you. Get over it. So today we do, at some point are going to have to come back over here to the hideout because Tomoko has a mission for us. But first I do want to go over here and actually do the Stray Dogs quest line. So let's actually mark this as active. It says Yaya, the warrior monk who fought bravely at Honoji. I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that. May be convinced to rally behind a new cause. So we're essentially going to try and recruit her to our cause. So that's going to give us 1,000 XP. It's not too far away, but if we actually go back in here, you can see in the upper right-hand corner, That compass has now reached the south. It's pointing to the south now, which means we're going to have a mid-season changeover as soon as we fast travel or complete a mission, some missions. But I don't really want that to happen yet because I want to give myself the most time possible to do any of those contracts that we get. So we're going to avoid the change of season right now. And how we're going to do that is by just not fast traveling. So I'm actually going to manually make my way over to Yaya's quest line. You guys go to the same, or you guys can just go ahead and do the fast travel or get as close as you can. However you want to do it. But I will meet you guys over at Yaya's in just a second. All right, and we have made it all the way over here to Yaya's quest line now. She's only about maybe 118 meters. Is this guy singing? What a beautiful voice you have. You ain't got any hair, but your voice is great. So she's about 118 meters behind us right here. Let's actually go ahead over there and see what is going on with Yaya and see what she has to say. Is it bad that my first thought when I see an enemy and RB comes up to just immediately hit RB and assassinate him? Oh, we got a little battle going on. I got this. Don't you worry. And another one. Done. One left to go. Woo! Well, that feels good. Nope, one more to go. Slicing 2 necks for the price of 1? Amazing. Yaya. Wasn't Yaya the one telling us that we should stop killing people? And that the first thing we see her doing is killing people. Explain yourself, Yaya.
What are you doing here, Naoe?
You were outnumbered.
I'm grateful, but I know your blade. It thirsts for blood.
For a reason, Yaya. Not without cause.
You think that will bring balance when only forgiveness will. Haven't you learned that yet?
I want your forgiveness. If you grant me that, we could work together for the greater good.
Many walk your kind of path, but not me. I don't do revenge.
My path chose me when Oda Nobunaga invaded Iga. I would have preferred to stay in my valley. My father's killers must answer for their crime, just like Wada Koretake.
While it is true that we rarely choose our destiny, we must take responsibility for it.
I am taking responsibility.
No. You take revenge. It is not the same. I know you mean well. Look, help me investigate what these monks wanted and why. And I'll think about it. All right?
All right. This one lives.
You steal from a sacred place and call yourself a monk? What happened to your faith?
In this world, you steal or get stolen from. I know which side I want to be on. My brothers and I woke up to the truth. I traded faith in invisible things for faith in reality.
Where did you take the valuables?
There are no valuables here. The real loot is at the Christian church.
You're no more honorable than a pack of stray dogs. What should we do with this one?
You spoke of forgiveness. Who could be more worthy of it than a stray dog?
You are right. He needs empathy, or he will never change. You are forgiven for this theft. But pray I don't catch you stealing again.
Out! Not I knew!
Your face. Are you all right?
Nothing I can't handle. One of the thieves left your quarters with your hairpin fastened to his robe.
My husband's kanzashi.
His hood fell, and I caught a good look. Young, with a dark brow. He used to follow you around years back. A grumpy duckling after its mother.
Tetsuo.
Yes, like someone pissed in his buckwheat.
That kanzashi meant something to you?
It belonged to my husband. One of the only things I had left that touched him, that felt like him in my hands. When grief has no home, it will turn to anger. We need to find Tetsuo.
That monk said others went to Takastuki Church. Tetsuo may be there with the kanzashi.
Let's go.
Give him grace, Yaya. Perhaps he does not know what he did.
He will return here safe. But he has some explaining to do. Tetsuo knows what that hairpin means to me.
Who is he?
I was his spiritual guide. He lost his parents before he could stand. But then, when my husband died, I needed time. I left Tetsuo and joined Kyonyo at Honganji. I heard the boy never smiled again.
He must have missed you.
I can't be responsible for him. I did my part. I taught him everything he needed to know. And this is how he repays me? Meet me once you have the kanzashi. And Tetsuo.
All right, there we go. There was so much that was funny about that whole interaction right there. She said, what should we do with him? Immediately in my mind said, we should kill him. Apparently that was the wrong answer. Then she asked that poor old guy what was wrong with his face. I'm like, he's old. What do you think's wrong with him? All right, so our next objective here is to go and retrieve the kanzashi, which is just a hairpin. But it's obviously the last thing that last thing she has that her husband actually touched. So you can understand that. So where is this going to be on the map? Now it's going to be far to the north in Takastuki. I nailed it first try. We're going to be going up there now. I think I'm just going to go ahead and I'm probably going to grab a boat and take the river up. That's probably what I'm going to do. You know what? No. Same plan as always. I'm going to call up the horse. Oh, he's going to break some pots, and I'm going to turn on the Pathfinder, and I'm going to follow the Pathfinder there. And I will meet you guys once we arrive in Takastuki. All right, welcome back, everybody, and we have made it. We're just outside the gates here at Takastuki Castle. I nailed that. First try, I actually pronounced something right. So we're here to find a church, and within that Christian church, we should find Tetsu. And I can already see a cross right straight ahead of us right there. The Church of Takastuki.
That monk said his accomplices went to rob the Christian church. I should look there for Tetsuo. Why do we let the Namban build their temples here? Probably for profit.
So there's Tetsu right there. Is he stealing right now? Right before our very eyes? So this is essentially a Portuguese Christian church built in Japan. And Tetsu is trying to steal from it.
Don't hurt me!
Quiet, Tetsuo. Yaya sent me. Come on.
I didn't take anything. I swear. I've done nothing wrong. I'm just a simple monk.
He's just gonna bolt. Let's go ahead and give chase.
Did Tetsuo think I was sent to kill him? I better stop him before he gets himself hurt.
So we're gonna have to chase Tetsu across the city a little bit. Along the way, there is a codex for Takastuki Castle. If you would like to stop and grab that. We do have some of the locals are going to attempt to throw down with us. You can ignore them and keep going, but I mean, I can't. There's no way I can. We got one more coming. Now, it is a good idea if you do decide, like me, that you want to throw down with these guys. Make sure that you pull them away from the castle over there because you can end up having a whole lot of enemies on you if they get aggroed to you. So now we get to go see Yaya in her final form.
I taught you humility, respect, and you stole from us? From me?
You left me. You were my guide. When you left, I lost my way.
So you become a thief?
Yaya, stop.
You have something to say?
You said forgiveness is the only balanced path. Yes, Tetsuo did hurt you. What happened in your past has hurt you both. Forgive him. Forgive yourself.
And the student becomes the teacher.
How quickly my anger has taken a hold of me. When I lost my husband, I pushed you away. I was no good for the world. I left you with no choice but to find another family. Even if they were stray dogs. Will you forgive me, Tetsuo?
I forgive you, big sister.
There is something to this passive forgiveness. It has been a long time since I asked for it myself.
Did you consider my offer? Will you join us?
You say you fight for the greater good. I believe you.
Good. We will be glad to have you.
Quest completed. The Stray Dogs is now done. 1,000 XP. And an ally recruited. Yaya. So now ally, we have essentially what an ally is. You can call somebody in during combat. I do believe we're going to get a small tutorial of that a little bit later. We can't actually use it right now. So we'll go over that when we can actually use it. But Yaya can actually be found inside of the hideout now. So if we go back to the hideout, Yaya is going to be there. Now, we are going to go back to the hideout here very, very shortly. But you see, because that was the type of quest that was, that it did not progress the season, even though we are at the southern point of that of the compass in the upper right hand corner. So I haven't quite figured out what quests do and what quests don't, if it just has to be a main quest, or but I've had side quests that have also passed that too, and this would seem like it's a side quest. So I haven't figured out exactly what quests caused the season change to occur, but the next time we fast travel, that is going to happen. And we are going to fast travel, but you know what? As we were making our way past the castle, I was thinking maybe it's time to finally do a tutorial on the castles. So I had planned on doing this a couple of episodes. I just never actually got it done. We weren't able to fit it in. So the way a castle is essentially a stronghold in any of the Ubisoft games. That's exactly what it is. They work a little bit differently though. So there's going to be anywhere from 2 all the way up to 5 daisho that are located within the castle walls. You're going to have to locate them. When you do, it'll put that symbol right next to 0 out of 3 daisho. It'll put that over their head so you know exactly who they are. There's 3 of them that we're going to have to defeat here in the castle, and when you do, they're going to give you a key, and then you can use that key, and if you find a large chest, it'll be locked with that key. You can open it, and you actually get the legendary that you see at the very bottom of the card. So we're going to get a helmet. We're also going to get 3 mastery points. Those are going to come from the daisho themselves. So if you only kill 2 daishos and you leave, you're only going to get 2 of the mastery points. And you will also get 3,000 XP, which should probably level us up as well. So I'm thinking that we're going to go in here and we're actually going to do the castle. So this will be our first castle that we've done in this playthrough. Now, usually you have to sort of find a way into the castle first. That's like your first objective. Okay. That guy was losing his mind. So let's actually look around, and you can see that our first daisho is going to be right there. So if you really want, you can go through, you can kill every enemy in here. You can gather up all the resources, get all the box. There's normally quite a few of them throughout the area, but let's just do this right now. Now we're definitely going to gather a crowd. I knew that was going to happen, but I'm okay with it for right now. Just to attempt not to get hit by him. Use our skill. All right, we've gotten through his armor now. And you see plenty of enemies coming after us. There is also people shooting bows, which is not going to help. But I figured I'd give you guys a little bit different of a combat experience rather than always sneaking around, which is what we've been doing. There is an AoE to that attack too. And we can charge up, and there's our first daisho defeated. So like I said, we could go all in and fight everybody in the entire castle, or sneak attack them and get your assassinations, or make your way through however you want. That is not how we're going to do this. Oh, he actually got a hit in. So, showing how powerful this build can actually be. The Tonto is amazing. He's dealt with.
They have vanished.
I didn't really vanish. I was standing right in front of you. Oh, that hurt. And that guy was carrying a key. So the way that the keys work is there'll usually be a couple of locked buildings. And once you find the key, you can come over, unlock those doors. And there's usually bundles of resources. So we got a bundle of crops right there. We'll go ahead and take that. That'll be worth it. You can grab the chest, and there's normally another bundle there. Now, unfortunately, we are out of scouts now. So we're not going to be able to take the bundle in this one, but always in the same room as these. Oh, we got an outdoor cosmetic for the hideout as well. But there's always a chest, and there's usually a bundle, like a normal bundle of something along with them. So, yeah, so we're not able to actually get the giant bundle of wood right now, which is no big deal. But rather than sort of making our way around and finding every single little thing, I think what we're going to do is just go and find the 3 daisho, and we are going to eliminate them, and then we're going to go get our final reward. So the next daisho should be right over here for this castle. It should be right on the other side. Yeah, right there. And then there's our assassination, and the second daisho has been eliminated. So remember, in epic difficulty, you are much more visible to enemies than you would be on the normal difficulty. So just climbing, as long as it's daytime, climbing along the walls can actually get you spotted. We'll use the rooftop still to come across over here. We're going to use, you can see that there is a grapple point, but right down below us, we should have our next daisho.
Okay, then.
There it is.
I won't give up.
He's eliminated. We'll take care of him. Loot that guy.
He got scum.
I don't even know where this guy came from. All right, and that is everybody. Now we can come back up here. So now that we've defeated all 3, you see it said that the chest is now available. The chest is going to be usually located in a pagoda area or a large tower, wherever the viewpoint is. It's usually pretty close. So enemies do know that we are here. That's all right. We can make our way all the way to the top. And the cool thing is that when you're up to the top, there's usually a drop down or like a trap door that you can use. And we're going to use this to actually get in. There's a dead guy here. Spot to refill your tools. Also another chest with some resources in it. We're actually going to drop down here. Make sure you are in sneak. There's one guy left, and this is the chest that we're here for. Destroy everything, kill that guy, and then we got our chest. And we can pop back out the top. We got another mastery point. So that was the 3,000 XP that rolled in for actually completing this castle. So technically, this castle is now done. And let's actually get a look real quick at the legendary that we got from this. It's going to be a legendary helmet. It's called the Peasant Hat. I love the look of it, like that black straw hat look. Oh, 100% of an adrenaline chunk upon entering combat is its legendary perk. And that just means that when you go into combat, even if you hadn't built up enough of adrenaline to do one of your active abilities, when you enter combat, you will have one. It'll automatically give you one, and then you can start building up after using it right away. So you can often enter combat with maybe an assassination. You get 3 guys in an area, you know you're not gonna be able to kill them all. You get an assassination, it breaks, puts you into combat, and then you can use another ability again right away, right off the bat, and kill one of them, or at least do a bunch of damage, and then start building your adrenaline from there. So Pretty cool hat. I love the look of it. It's way better. It's got a lot of health. It's got some crit chance and adrenaline gain on it too. So we're going to take that and put that one on. That does decrease our damage now because we were using Oni's Fury. Oni's Fury was giving us 15% more damage for non-legendary. So right now we're down to 2. The horse does count. So we're only at 30% extra damage, but that's still the best damage boost that we can get from anything. So there it is. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our viewpoint here. And there is a whole lot more to this castle too. If you want to go through and loot everything, there's lots of resources in there. Plenty of enemies that you can take out. I just figured I'd make this one a quick one just for like a tutorial sake to show you guys what the castles are actually like. Some of them get very big with 5 dice shows, multiple levels. They can be going up the side of a mountain. That's probably one up there, to be honest. Right there, that's probably one. Oh, also, remember, hold down the left trigger, rotate around, locate all those little dots. Make sure they turn over so that they appear on your actual map. And I think from here we're gonna go ahead and head back over to the hideout. So I'm gonna make my way to the hideout. I'm probably gonna go around here and gather up some more resources and whatnot from around the area. But the next time you guys see me, we'll be back at the hideout. We got some upgrades to do, and we also have a mission for Tomoko. So I will see you guys when we get back to the hideout.
With me! We'll find you.
Am I being attacked? Possible threat?
Give me a worthy fight.
I saw an intruder nearby.
All right, welcome back, everybody. And as you see, I'm still in Takastuki, and I'm just outside the castle. So I went through the entire castle. I cleared out. I didn't really clear out all the enemies. I didn't get all the loot, but I got a good amount of the resources because we are going to be putting some of those resources to use here when we actually go back to the hideout. But what I had forgotten is that the next time we fast travel, we're actually going to get a mid-season change. So I figured I would bring you guys back for the fast travel here and actually show you guys. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get some notices when we get back to the hideout. So I just wanted to bring you guys back so that we can actually do the fast travel together, witness the mid-season change. We're going to go back and talk to Tomoko, but we got a lot of upgrades now that we can actually do because of some of those resources that we earned inside that castle. So it's kind of why I figured I'd show you guys the castle. We'll get some resources and also be able to see the mid-season change occur. So it is still summer. It is just now midway through the summer season. So we're going to, all of those scouts that we've used, those will come back to us. And a lot of things will reset around the world as well. Jinjiro does have a little chat dialogue above his head, but I'm pretty sure nothing comes up. So we're sort of can't talk to him, but he's supposed to be talked to. But you see, Yaya has made it here. Let's actually talk to Yaya, see what she says.
Are you settling in here, Yaya?
I am. It's a feeling I haven't felt for a long time.
What is it?
It's the feeling of being able to change things. Honganji had that potential. But this is different. I'm grateful to feel this again.
You're very welcome, Yaya. Anything I can do to help. Now we're gonna murder everybody, and she's gonna be super mad about it. So Tomoko should be inside the building here, but before we go and talk to Tomoko, I feel like we should do some upgrades here to the hideout. So a lot of resources, of course, all those resources that we sent the scouts out for, we got those back as well. So we got 1,690 crops, 1,260 wood, 400 minerals. That's a lot for right off the bat here in the very beginning of our playthrough. Essentially the very beginning of our playthrough. And the first thing we're actually going to do is we're going to come to the forge. So there's two upgrades at the forge that I want. So we're not going to be just doing the first one. We're going to be doing the second one as well. It says weapons armor can be upgraded to level 40 and non-legendary engravings can be applied to them. So of course we're not level 40. That isn't what we care about. What we care about is the engravings. And that way I can show you guys about engravings as well. So there's our first upgrade. Now the second upgrade for the forge is going to be quite expensive. This is going to be 700 crops, 520 wood, and 170 minerals. And this reads, weapons and armor can be upgraded to level 60 and legendary engravings can be applied to them. Yes, legendary engravings that we have been earning by actually collecting a legendary item. You'll see that we always get the engraving right alongside of it. Those can now be put on epic tier or rare tier weapons. So let's go ahead and get this upgrade as well, because I'm pretty excited for that right there. And then the next thing that we are actually going to do is we're going to come over here to the study. And we should have enough for another upgrade of the study. That's going to add an additional scout that joins the league. So now, rather than 5, we should have 6, I do believe is what it's up to now. We'll find out once we exit here. I think it's 6, though. We can't afford the next version of that one. That one's going to be a little ways down the road. But you see, there's a lot of engravings that are popping up on the side of the screen right now. Those are all the ones that you've been earning on your way through your playthrough, either by killing an enemy or looting a box or something along them lines. You earn those. They're sort of sitting in the background, and then once you unlock the ability to use them, then they'll show up here. But let's go ahead and I don't think we have enough to do the stables upgrade. We're going to be just short. Yeah, we needed 350, 260, and 90. So we're definitely short on that one. This one is going to be our next upgrade. This is going to allow scouts to smuggle 20% more resources from stockpiles, which is of course going to be amazing. So we might be able to do this before the next season change as well, which would be nice. Let's go ahead and back out of here though. And we do have Tomoko to talk to, but you can see it's 5 scouts. 5 scouts we're up to now. But before we do talk to Tomoko, we're going to come over here to the forge.
An entire pavilion covered in gold. Once all this is over, I will go to Kyoto and see King Kakuji for myself.
All right, so now that we've unlocked the ability, we've gotten 2 more upgrades on our forge. We've unlocked the ability to actually do engravings and whatnot. So I figured now's going to be a great time to actually show off the engravings to y'all. And for this purpose alone, I am going to be using some of the Twitch drops that I did collect, because we don't really have anything that we can put those engravings on. But I would like to explain this somewhat early in the playthrough. So right now we have, this is from the Twitch drop. This is the Connected Oath Tanto. It gives us 36% damage with backstabs. We're actually going to equip that. I don't think I have anything that is less than a legendary. Oh, we do. Wait, no, that's a Tanto. That's the Tantos down there. Scratch that. So I don't, the only thing we have is a legendary. That's the Bloodshade right there. So we're going to keep that on us, I guess. But everything else, we're actually going to switch over to epic gear. So, of course, we already did get this, the hood that we earned from the Path of Valor. This is the one that is actually from the Twitch drop as well. So I think I'm actually going to go with this one. If at all possible, I'm not going to use the Twitch drops because I know they're not available anymore and I don't want to really show them off. But this is another one. This is a Twitch drop. This is 50% more damage on the next hit after using ability. This is actually a really good skill. You can find this randomly on items out in the world as well. So we're going to go ahead and equip that as well. And then for our, I don't have anything. We only have legendary for these. But regardless, I was going to use the Oni's Fury because of that 15% damage per non-legendary gear equipped. That's so huge. This is going to be an endgame item. I guarantee it. So we will keep that equipped right now. So from that, we are actually going to get 60% extra damage because 4 of the slots, the horse does count. 4 of the slots are not going to be legendary. So that's kind of awesome. So now what we are going to do is we're going to come in here.
What have you got for me?
And when we talk to him, there might even be a tutorial for this, but he's going to have a new section within his inventory. So you can see engrave equipment. Select a perk from a list to engrave it onto equipment. Engravings have a mon cost. Only epic and legendary equipment can be engraved. So the rare items, I think I said we could engrave rare items earlier. That was a mistake. I meant epic. So only the rare, any piece of gear that you get that has an engraving on it, that one cannot be changed. But if it has a second engraving slot, such as epics and legendaries do, you can actually put what you want in that second slot. Let's go to engrave. So there's now 3 sub menus. There's upgrade, engrave, and dismantle. If you go to the engrave menu and then you look at our bloodshade, you'll see that the bottom perk is empty. So we can actually add something in there. So it says affliction buildup is lost over time. And then you're going to be given a list of ones that you have unlocked already. And then you're also going to see engravings that are locked. And those ones that are locked will give you a clue if you want them on how to go and get those. So that is pretty awesome. I actually love that idea that they give you an idea of where you can go to sort of seek out those that you are missing. So for this one, I think what we are going to end up doing is I think I'm going to do armor piercing. Being able to get through armor, always going to be important, right? There's most of the enemies that who don't have armor are of little consequence to you to begin with. So either armor damage or armor piercing, I think, are really good. Crit chance is always good. The more that you crit, the more damage that you do. Straight damage is always good as well. But for this one, I think we are going to go armor piercing. So this is going to cost 56 mon. And now our legendary katana not only has a built-in perk, but another perk that we chose. So that second perk you can replace at any given times by just going back in here and then selecting a new perk. And then you can just replace it. So feel free to sort of experiment with your perks as you go. So now for the Tanto that we have, of course, you guys know how I feel about Shinobi's Fury. That weak point attack, making enemies vulnerable a second time, is insanely, insanely good. And it just so happens we're going to put that now on our current Tanto, which is no longer legendary. So we've essentially taken an epic Tanto and made it legendary. So not only will it have 36% damage with backstabs, which the Tanto's right trigger attack or heavy attack automatically does a backstab. By the way, I feel like I should let everybody know that. You'll do 1 stab in the front and then 2 stabs to the back, I do believe, or 2 to the front and 1 to the back. Either way, we're going to go ahead and put on weak point attacks, make enemies vulnerable a second time. So now we've turned our connected oath Tanto basically into the Shinobi's Fury. It might not look as cool, but it's still awesome. Now we're going to go to the helmet, and we do have the 100% of an adrenaline chunk upon entering combat on that legendary one that we had just earned. Why not take that one and put it on this? There is other ones as well too. Some of them get very situational. So a +1 health segment removed on a rush assassination. That's only on the specific rush assassination or the air assassination or the double assassination, running assassination, assassinations with kunai. So those are very situational. One thing that can always be used, right, is another 100% of a adrenaline chunk upon entering combat. So we are actually, what? Now that I'm seeing adrenaline gain wouldn't be bad either. Let's do adrenaline gain. So sometimes what you're looking for might not be the legendary perk or anything like that. Maybe it's just I need more adrenaline gain so I can get my abilities back faster. Remember, the more adrenaline you're getting, that's going to fill up a small gauge in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. And then once that gauge is full, then you can do your abilities. So I think that one would be pretty awesome right there. We might even put the same thing on the chest. So for the chest, again, this is a Twitch drop. I do apologize, but once you guys get an epic chest piece, you guys can apply the same concepts. But it says 50% damage on next hit after using an ability. Of course, we want to be using abilities. There is armor damage, affliction buildup, 10% damage reduction. So we get a little bit of damage reduction there. And I think for this one, I'm going to go armor damage. I think that's the best of the three of those. And essentially now we have engravings on everything. Wait, we can put another engraving on our trinket as well. So what can we get on our trinket? 10% damage per unused ability slot. This could actually, so you can put 2 legendary engravings on a legendary if you want as well. So that's the one situation where legendaries can be used, is if you want multiple legendary engravings on the same piece of gear, you can do that. This one's going to cost us 50 mon. And you know what? Just for the sake of doing it, I say we do it. 2 legendaries on one. This is going to give us an extra 10% damage per unused ability slot. And we have 3 unused ability slots. So that should be another 100 or 10% or 30%. I'm sorry. Quick math. Wow. Great job. Mathematician over here. Sorry. But before we leave, we are going to go back in here, and also we're going to do our first upgrades of our playthrough. So the way that upgrades work, I know I've sort of explained this before, but I want to reiterate that when you come in here to do an upgrade, make sure that you actually hit left trigger or right trigger and get it to the maximum level that it is first. You're going to spend far less money and resources by taking it all the way to its highest level right away, rather than doing it level by level. So we are going to do a full upgrade of all of our gear right now. So the blood shade is now at 13. Remember, make sure you hit that left or right trigger, and then we're going to take the katana, or the wait, that was a katana. That wasn't what I meant to do. Forget it. Back out. I meant to come in here. All right, so we're going to take this from level 4 all the way up to 13. That's our current Tanto there. Connected Oath Tanto. Go ahead and back out. Then we're going to go to our helmet. We're going to upgrade all of it to its max level. And then we have our chest piece. So it is not all that expensive to upgrade gear. So I feel like this is an easy way, if you feel like you're just not strong enough, to make sure you maximize out all of your gear to its highest level, and that can give you a big power gain. And there we go. All of our gear is now at level 13 and includes some stuff that we're not going to use, apparently. All right. Now we can go ahead and exit out of here. And the next thing that we are going to go and do is, of course, we have to go and talk to our girl. She should be in here. Tomiko is, we have a quest for her that has been available. I don't want to read the quest description because it's kind of a spoiler. So let's stop and talk to Tomiko.
Look, I've almost finished.
Later, Junjiro.
It is done. The 2 Onryo are gone.
They thought themselves beyond justice. It is a good beginning. Our next step is less certain. Our allies got wind of something.
What is it?
Lord Akechi Mitsuhide wants to speak to you.
Lord Mitsuhide?
Oda Nobunaga's most powerful daimyo. More like his dog.
I've seen how he resents his master. It could make him a powerful ally. But how did he contact us? Does he know about this place?
No. We intercepted what we thought was a letter to a commander, but instead, it was a message. For you.
He knew our spies were there. He knew it would get to me. Where does he want to meet?
It only said, at the place where you killed the first.
The first? He must know about the Onryo I killed at Katano. Maybe the others as well.
We need to be smart about this.
If Lord Mitsuhide wanted us dead, he would send soldiers, not a message. This is something else.
Yes, a trap.
I know, it's a risk. But how else can we find out what he wants?
Still.
I know Katano well enough. No one will see me unless I want them to.
No! You can't go to Katano.
Why? What's wrong?
It's too dangerous. promise me you won't go.
Don't worry. No harm will come to me.
What was that all about?
I don't know. It's not like him. I'll talk to him when I get back.
And there it is. So if you guys don't remember Mitsuhide was actually a guy that when we were getting ready to set up the tea party, we at the very beginning of the tea party quest, when we were meeting with the guy that was holding the tea party, someone, a bigwig came in and interrupted our meeting, and we actually ran behind him, knelt down, and then he sort of came in and talked to the host. That was Mitsuhide. So we've actually seen him before. I feel like a good idea, because we did have a season change, we should probably come back this way, go into our Kakurega, and we got to accept all of our contracts. We got to get all the contracts that we possibly can. There's 3 left to do. So each region, essentially, you can accept 3 of the contracts, one in each of the regions. So you can have a lot more than just 3 contracts going on at the same time. But look at that one. That's going to be 1,600 XP and some resources for that one. 1,000 XP and some resources for that one, and 1,500 and 425 mon for that one. We'll actually look at where those show up on the map, and they're going to be almost in the exact same spots as I do believe our first ones were. So that's pretty awesome. Of course, our next stop is going to be Katano. Of course, where we first started off this whole adventure, this journey. That is where we were shot and father was killed just outside the gates of Katano. So that's where we're going to be picking up in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this episode. I appreciate all the love and support on all the videos. You guys have been absolutely amazing. This one I know is a little bit shorter, but I want to be able to fit all of the next quest into one episode. So expect that one probably to be a little bit longer. But thank you guys so much. As always, if you guys did like the video, like it, subscribe to the channel, and also make sure you guys click that little bell notification icon. That way, when the next episode goes live, you guys will know first. Thank you all so much. And as always, remember, life is short, pause, save, and I will see you guys in the next episode.